Red Bull has made a decision that has surprised many. Yuki Tsunoda will be in the Red Bull Racing first team, but why did they choose him and not another driver? Today we reveal the 5 key reasons behind this choice. Stay until the end because the last reason is the most shocking. Do you think Yuki deserves this seat or should they have chosen another driver? Let me know in the comments. Since his Formula 1 debut in 2021 with AlphaTauri, Yuki Tsunoda has shown steady growth within the team. During his first seasons, his raw speed and aggressiveness on track were evident, although he also struggled with consistency and control under pressure. However, over the years, Tsunoda has matured as a driver, becoming a key player for Racing Bulls. In 2023 and 2024, Tsunoda managed to emerge as the team leader, outperforming his teammates on multiple occasions. His adaptation to the constant changes to the car and his ability to extract maximum performance from his car made him a valuable asset to Red Bull. His qualifying results improved significantly, cementing him as a driver capable of competing with rivals from superior teams at certain circuits. Red Bull values its drivers' loyalty and commitment to its structure. Since joining the Red Bull Academy in 2019, Tsunoda has followed a clear path within the team's development system. His rise from Formula 2 to Formula 1 was driven by his talent and Red Bull's confidence in his potential. Unlike other drivers who have come through the academy and been quickly discarded, Tsunoda has managed to stay within the program, demonstrating his ability to adapt and continuously improve. In 2024, Racing Bulls managed to finish ahead of teams like Haas and Williams in the Constructors' Championship, a result in which Tsunoda played a key role. His knowledge of the team, his relationship with the engineers, and his experience with Red Bull's design philosophy have allowed him to become a trusted driver within the brand's second team. For Red Bull, Tsunoda's continuation in 2025 not only represents stability within Racing Bulls, but also a reward for his development and commitment to the structure. His continued presence with the team guarantees the presence of an experienced driver who understands the internal dynamics and can continue to deliver solid results. Strategically, having a Japanese driver within Red Bull offers a considerable advantage in terms of marketing and international expansion. Japan is a key market for any global brand, and Tsunoda's presence in the Red Bull main team is an excellent way to strengthen its connection with Japanese fans and, by extension, with sponsors. In a sport like Formula 1, where global visibility is crucial, having a driver who can connect with the local audience in such an important region is of significant value. Furthermore, this financial support from Honda comes at a key time for Red Bull, as the team is about to change the technical direction of its power units with the development of its own engine starting in 2026. The decision to retain Tsunoda through 2025 can also be seen as a way to ensure a smooth transition for the Japanese brand, leaving a legacy of success and connection with the team in the final years of their collaboration before the full transition. This latest chapter in the alliance with Honda and Tsunoda's presence in the main team is presented as a closing act, and at the same time, a demonstration of the effectiveness of strategic relationships in the world of Formula 1. Red Bull is not only betting on Tsunoda's talent, but also on a driver who represents a valuable asset in the Japanese market and who can continue to boost the brand's global presence as Honda takes its final steps in Formula 1. Since his Formula 1 debut in 2021, Yuki Tsunoda has been a clear example of evolution and growth within the championship. His first season with AlphaTauri was marked by ups and downs, combining flashes of pure speed with rookie mistakes that highlighted the need to improve his consistency. However, over the years his approach has changed, becoming a much more solid and reliable driver on the track. In his early seasons, Tsunoda's aggressiveness was one of his key characteristics, but also one of his greatest weaknesses. Off-track excursions and mistakes at key moments cost him valuable points. Over time, he has worked on his patience and control under pressure, achieving a more refined and strategic driving style. This evolution was reflected in his qualifying performance and his ability to manage races with a more tactical mindset, two fundamental aspects for any driver aspiring to be at the elite level. One of the key points in his development has been his ability to adapt to the technical demands of each season. In 2023 and 2024, Racing Bulls underwent various aerodynamic tweaks and power unit changes, requiring Tsunoda to modify his driving style several times. His ability to adjust his approach to the car's needs demonstrated a maturity that wasn't so evident in his early years. This level of adaptability is a quality that Red Bull looks for in its drivers, as the team has built its success around its drivers' ability to extract the maximum potential from cars that are often demanding in terms of driving. Another crucial aspect of his evolution has been his tire management. In his early seasons, Tsunoda tended to wear his compounds faster than expected due to his aggressive driving. Over time, he has learned to better control his pace, optimize race strategies, and conserve tires more effectively. In 2024, he was seen excelling in several races with well-executed tire strategies, overtaking rivals with potentially superior cars thanks to better management of race conditions. The improvement in his decision-making has also been evident in wheel-to-wheel duels. In the past, his attempts to push forward could be too risky, sometimes resulting in unnecessary incidents. However, in recent years, he has demonstrated a greater ability to choose the right moment to attack and defend, making more calculated decisions that reflect a competitive maturity worthy of a driver with aspirations for a seat in a top-tier team. Tsunoda's mentality off the track has also evolved. In his early seasons, his temper and frustration on team radio were evident, sometimes displaying a lack of emotional control in difficult situations. However, in recent years, he has worked intensively on managing his temper and improving his communication with the engineers. This improved relationship with the team has been key to his development, as a driver who can provide accurate feedback and remain calm under pressure is much more valuable in modern Formula One. In 2024, Tsunoda consistently outperformed his teammate Isaac Hadjar in qualifying and the race, cementing himself as the leader within Racing Bulls. His performances on technical circuits such as Monaco, Singapore, and Suzuka were proof of his ability to extract maximum performance from the car in challenging conditions. For Red Bull, this constant growth and the maturity he has acquired in recent years have been determining factors in his selection for 2025. The team not only looks for speed in its drivers, but also consistency, race intelligence, and adaptability, qualities that Tsunoda has developed over time. The decision to entrust him with the new team for next season is the result of a process of continuous improvement that has led him to become a much more complete driver, prepared for the challenge of competing at the top of the grid. Red Bull's philosophy in Formula One has always been based on its Young Driver Academy, a program designed to develop talent and nurture both Racing Bulls and the main team. Over the years, this strategy has been key in the development of figures such as Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, and Max Verstappen. However, the program currently faces a lack of truly outstanding options capable of competing for a seat in 2025. Historically, Red Bull has been relentless with its drivers, quickly promoting emerging talent and ruthlessly discarding those who fail to live up to expectations. However, in recent years, the flow of young drivers with the necessary level for Formula One has been more limited, leaving the team with fewer viable alternatives to replace Yuki Tsunoda at Racing Bulls or to promote to Red Bull. One of the main factors is the performance of the current academy drivers. Although Red Bull has young talent in the lower categories, none have clearly demonstrated their readiness to make the jump to Formula One with immediate and consistent performance. Isaac Hadjar, Tsunoda's current teammate at Racing Bulls, is a promising prospect, but still needs more experience to establish himself as a serious option for Red Bull. In his debut season in 2024, he had inconsistent performances and failed to dominate Tsunoda, making his immediate promotion difficult. Other names within the Red Bull program, such as Enzo Fittipaldi, Zane Maloney, and Pepe Marti, have shown flashes in Formula 2, but without the absolute consistency that guarantees they would be ready for a Formula 1 seat in 2025. Red Bull prefers drivers who can adapt quickly and generate immediate results, and so far, none of them have demonstrated superior performance to Tsunoda's at Racing Bulls. Another key factor in the lack of alternatives has been the loss of talent from the academy. In recent years, Red Bull has let go of drivers who could have been interesting options for its current structure. One of the most notable cases is that of Alex Albon, who has demonstrated great talent at Williams and could have been a viable option to return to the team if he were still associated with Red Bull. However, his final departure from the program left a void in the lineup of potential drivers for the future. Unlike previous eras when Red Bull had an excess of talent and had to make difficult decisions about who to promote, the current situation is different. The academy has failed to produce a driver of sufficient caliber to challenge Tsunoda, making his continuation at Racing Bulls the most logical option for 2025. Furthermore, Red Bull has taken a more conservative approach to promoting young drivers. While they have opted for extremely young talents like Max Verstappen in the past, they are currently looking for a more mature and proven profile before giving them a seat in Formula One. With Tsunoda, they have a driver with proven experience in the midst of development, and without the uncertainty that a rookie in the category would represent. The lack of options within the academy, combined with the stability offered by Tsunoda, has led Red Bull to opt for continuity rather than taking a risk with an inexperienced driver. This reinforces the importance of his renewal until 2025 and explains why the team has decided to trust his progression rather than seek an alternative without guarantees of immediate success. The Formula One market has changed dramatically in recent years, and the presence of a driver with a strong personal brand has become a key factor for teams. Beyond on-track performance, a driver's popularity can translate into increased sponsorship revenue, a loyal fan base, and a positive impact on the team's overall image. In this sense, Yuki Tsunoda represents a strategic asset for Red Bull, not only as a driver but also as a key player in its marketing strategy. One of the most relevant factors in his popularity is his connection with Japanese fans and the Asian market. Japan has historically been a country with a strong passion for Formula One, but in recent decades, its representation on the grid has been limited. Since the era of drivers like Takuma Sato and Kamui Kobayashi, Japanese motorsport has sought a new role model in the top category. With Tsunoda, Japanese fans have found a figure they can identify with, which has driven growth in viewership and engagement with Formula One in that region. This popularity not only benefits Racing Bulls and Red Bull in terms of image, but also translates into significant commercial opportunities. Japanese brands have a natural interest in partnering with a driver who represents their country in Formula One, which has generated a network of sponsorships around Tsunoda. Companies such as Honda, AlphaTauri, and several Japanese sponsors have leveraged his image to strengthen their advertising campaigns, increasing their brand's global presence. Tsunoda's marketing impact is also reflected in his social media presence and fan engagement. His charismatic personality, easygoing style, and genuine attitude have made him a driver who generates engaging and viral content. In an era where Formula One has expanded its reach through digital platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, having a driver who has an authentic connection with fans is a strategic advantage. Another key point is his role within the Red Bull ecosystem. The brand has always favored drivers with strong personalities and a distinctive image, and Tsunoda fits perfectly into that philosophy. His spontaneity and sense of humor have made him a favorite within the Formula One community, and his presence in Red Bull content such as interviews, challenges, and promotional videos reinforces the brand's identity with a young and engaged audience. Furthermore, Tsunoda also plays an important role in diversifying Red Bull's audience. With a growing European and American market, the presence of a high-profile Asian driver allows the team to expand its influence in key markets such as Japan, China, and Southeast Asia. This expansion not only strengthens Red Bull's global presence but also opens up opportunities for new commercial partnerships and greater penetration in strategic regions for Formula One. From a marketing perspective, his continued presence with Racing Bulls until 2025 is a logical decision. Tsunoda has not only proven his worth on the track, but his impact off it makes him too valuable an asset for Red Bull to let go. In an environment where image and connection with fans are as important as sporting performance, having a driver with his level of engagement and commercial appeal is an advantage the team cannot ignore. Red Bull has made a strategic decision in selecting Yuki Tsunoda for the 2025 season, and each of the reasons behind this choice demonstrates how the team is balancing on-track talent with commercial and structural considerations within its driver program. His experience at Racing Bulls and his loyalty to the Red Bull structure have been instrumental. Throughout his career in the academy, Tsunoda has demonstrated total commitment to the team, constantly evolving and earning the trust of management. Unlike other drivers who have gone through the development program without establishing themselves in Formula One, he has taken every opportunity to prove his worth, becoming a permanent fixture in the Red Bull team. Honda's support has been another determining factor. The alliance between Red Bull and the Japanese manufacturer remains a key pillar for the team, and having a driver who strengthens this relationship is a strategic advantage. Tsunoda not only represents Honda on the track, but also symbolizes the continuity of a collaboration that has been crucial to the team's recent success. His continued presence strengthens this synergy and ensures a closer relationship between the two parties, which could be key to future technological development. Furthermore, his steady progression and maturity on the track have cemented his profile as a reliable driver. Although his first seasons were marked by inconsistency and some errors, Tsunoda has worked intensively on his mental approach and his ability to read races more accurately. His growth has been evident each season, and in 2024 he managed to establish himself as a competitive driver, extracting maximum performance from the Racing Bulls car and showing an adaptability that makes him a safe bet for Red Bull. Another key aspect has been the lack of more solid options within the Red Bull Academy. Historically, the team has maintained a strict philosophy of promoting young talent, but at this time there is no clear candidate who can safely fill his seat. While in previous years Red Bull has aggressively promoted youngsters, the lack of an elite prospect in the academy has made Tsunoda's continuation the best option to maintain stability at Racing Bulls. Finally, his impact in terms of marketing and popularity has been a factor that Red Bull cannot ignore. Tsunoda has managed to establish himself as one of the most charismatic drivers on the grid, with a strong fan base, especially in Japan and the Asian market. His presence not only reinforces the team's global identity but also opens doors to new commercial opportunities and strategic partnerships with key brands. In an era where Formula One has expanded its digital reach, having a driver with an engaging image and an authentic connection with fans is a valuable asset. Red Bull opted for a combination of performance, stability, and commercial strategy in deciding to retain Tsunoda through 2025. His on-track development, his relationship with Honda, the lack of immediate alternatives in the academy, and his impact on the brand were all determining factors in this decision. Now, the big question is whether he can take the next step and prove that he not only deserves his place on the grid, but can also aspire to even greater challenges in Formula One.